A year ago, I played Red Dead Redemption 2 and I regret not playing it before. I think that's the biggest mistake of my life. The game is more than just a game, it's an experience. You will get all sorts of emotions, from anger to calmness, from happiness to sadness. This game gives non-stop 50 hours of enjoyment. In my previous video, I talked about the state of gaming currently, and RDR 2 is one of the few games I liked recently. But anyways, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about why I liked Red Dead Redemption 2 so much, and will be giving my special thanks to Red Dead Redemption 1 because that completed the story of Red Dead Redemption 2 pretty good. So let's dive right into it. When Red Dead Redemption 2 was released, I was not hooked by the theme of this game because I thought, why would I play this weird Wild West type of game which is set in the late 1890s? I was not impressed by the forest type of look. I liked games which had more denser cities, consisting of buildings and more stuff to do. I also read it was around 50 hours, and generally games that big are just too time consuming to play and can also bore you after some time. But in the last year, I wanted to play a story game and I started searching on the internet, and you might have guessed what happened. Most people talked about Red Dead Redemption 2, and then I finally thought I should give this game a try because why would so many people recommend this game, and there's very few negatives which I was hearing from this game, pretty much next to none. From the moment I started the game, I understood that I did pretty bad mistake by not playing it before. The game starts with a really good background of our characters, and we actually knew some of them because of RDR1, but I didn't play RDR1 before. So this game was a completely new experience for me. The storytelling is fantastic and the narrative flows through perfectly. What I also liked was that all the gang members had different personalities. Some were greedy, some pretty helpful, some very loyal, but what I liked was that they possessed mixed qualities. At some point you would think this character is good, but some other time you would think, damn, this guy was really an They are not cliche bad guys who are stereotypically just randomly killing people and have no remorse. Some of them actually do have a good heart, but they have felt in this never-ending trap of the consequence of few of their decisions. Running just sums up the whole game. Guys, before you get more deep into this video, I would really appreciate a like and sub. That's it. Moving forward, dialogues in this game are just top tier. You can clearly understand the emotions conveyed in this game, the way the characters talk with each other, their tone, and stuff like that. Plus the music just makes it even more immersive. Throughout the game, the characters go through different stages and the sound, theme, colors change to make it even more dramatic, and it conveys the situation pretty good in my opinion. Like the beginning area is so colorful, but as you see them approaching the later areas or the later part of the story, you can see how dark it gets. And those specific areas also have something different about them. You can actually feel something's about to happen. I was pretty much able to understand where the direction of the narrative was moving towards. I expected it, and unsurprisingly, my expectations were met. As for all the Rockstar games, everyone knows that. Now let's talk about the look, feel, and theme of this game. This game has forests, snow areas, small cities, and towns. You might think it's not fun without buildings and more denser areas, but the places have so many activities around every corner. People have estimated about 178 hours of overall content, which is just insane. Also, the NPCs are really good in this game. Every other person will react differently to how you behave with them. Some of them might give you some extra activities to do if you talk in a proper way. And these are not saturated in a single area but throughout the whole map. What I liked was that they just didn't make the map bigger just for the sake of it, but they also had activities properly distributed across the map. If you have played games like Just Cause, the map is really big, but most part of the map is just empty. I don't know, they just fill the map to make it look better, because I don't know, they think that bigger map is better somehow. But I do think bigger map can be pretty lucrative to some people, but it can only be lucrative if the map is bigger but also has a lot of activities to do. The details in the games are also amazing, and it is pretty hard to mention all of them. It can actually become an hour-long separate video, I imagine. but it's just how remarkable the game is. Overall, I just felt like the game was pretty well rounded. One more important point is that the game was not bad on the launch. That's what Rockstar is also known for. Well, of course, considering the amount of time they take to create games. Now let's talk about Red Dead Redemption 1. I feel like everything I mentioned above can be applied to Red Dead Redemption 1, that's why I didn't create a separate video for it. Maybe one day I will create, let's see how this goes. The difference I noticed was that RDR1 had more of a dystopian theme. It was more cutthroat compared to Red Dead Redemption 2, and I could imagine why it was like that. You actually know there is no one with you. You all alone trying to save your family. There's no gang members anymore with you. In fact, you're about to kill some of them. I felt like how the game ended was pretty sad. I mean, in a good way, alright? Not that, the game was, bad or something. I actually meant the end was really, really saddening. To me personally, it was just as good as RDR2, if not better. I felt like the game is pretty underrated compared to Red Dead Redemption 2. And of course, I understand it can be that because it was just launched for the consoles. I feel like a lot of people play on PC as well, and that's the reason it didn't reach that amount of players compared to Red Dead Redemption 2. But damn, for that time, the game was just ahead of its time. The story is really good. The type of game is pretty different than RDR2 though. In RDR2, it is about running. In this game, it's about saving, meanwhile killing and doing whatever it takes to have a supposedly good ending. So I think that's it for this video. Currently, I do know that Red Dead Redemption Online is in a pretty bad state. Other than that, I actually don't think that anything is that wrong in this game. I actually saw some arguments made that the game actions were pretty slow, for example looting and stuff, but maybe I think it adds more realism to the game, and this topic is pretty subjective in my opinion, and different people have different take on this with regards to what their playstyle is. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be creating more videos like these, and I'll see you in the next one.